This conference will now be recorded.
Hello all, good morning. Welcome back. So we are working on Docker, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. So on Docker today, how to run containers, how to convert into image, how to push that image to Docker Hub. We'll try to understand. Hope everyone created Docker Hub account, right? Any challenges? Right. Yeah. So we have downloaded one image. This is image, Ubuntu image. We downloaded, right? And now, after that, we need to run as a container. We need to run containers on top of this. Run as a container. Next one is, again, we need to convert this container into image. Convert to image. Next one is, we need to push that image to Docker. Right. So this is the process normally in real time we follow. Okay. First we download some images. Why we require image? So on top of base OS server, normally we download image. So image is a layer. Normally image is a layer. So on top of that, so for example, this is our base OS. So this is base OS. Base OS means our Ubuntu server. Base operating system. So on top of that, we download some image, which is Docker image. Right? So we download some image here. So after that, on top of this, we run containers. So like this, we run containers, right? So when we run containers, what will happen? On container, when you run the container, if you check ls, okay, so it will show you only binary files and library files, bin and lib files, okay. So on these containers, normally what we will do, so we'll deploy different packages, different applications we deploy, right? Different microservices we can deploy on top of this, right? Like this here, we can deploy Ubuntu OS, RxCL, CentOS, like this. Whatever flavor you require, you can deploy the operating system. So it will take lightweight environment. It will not take a full-blown operating system when we run the containers. So it will take lightweight environment, right? So maximum 200 MB for operating system, 200 MB, right? Fine. So let us go and start our Docker server. Yeah, this is our Docker server. I want to start this. Open partition, connect this server. Yeah. So this is our base OS, right? So this base OS, so on top of this base OS, we have downloaded image, right? Where we downloaded that? So switch to user here, SU Rama user we created, right? Enter password. You can give password here. Now we can type here bash. So when you enter into the host side, first you need to switch to user. So we created one user, right, in the last session. So we need to switch that user. Okay. So once we switch to user, it will show you dollar prompt like this. So you need to give bash here. Bash. Now it is showing post prompt, right? So yeah, on top of this, now what I will do, I want to run container. Okay. So before that, so we downloaded one image, right? We downloaded one image, Ubuntu image. So if you check Docker images, so we have Ubuntu image, which we downloaded from Docker Hub. So image size is 72.7 MB1. So this is operating system. Basically, this is like a operating system, right? So one image, ISO image. So on top of this, what we will do? We'll run containers. Okay, how will we download this image? Command here is docker pull Ubuntu, right? So once we execute this command, Docker Ubuntu image will be downloaded into your local, right? Now I want to run a container. On top of this, I want to run a container. For which command here is docker run space -it interactive mode space image name. Image name is Ubuntu, right? So this name we can provide here, Ubuntu. Docker run space -it Ubuntu. So when you hit enter here, it will move to container mode. Okay, enter. Now I am in container. See here. So this is container ID. So this is host side. This is container side. Now I'm in container. Okay. So once we switch to container, once we run the container, next step here is whatever you want to perform, like whatever you want to install packages. You can go ahead and you can install. First, what we'll do normally in virtual machines on EC2 instance, what we will do first, whenever we start instance, whenever we create instance, what we will do first, we'll update the internal repository, right? So the same way here also, first we need to update internal repository, which is like command here is apt get update. So we are updating internal repository in container. Okay. Apt-get update. Enter. Now it is updating internal repository. Done. So after that, so I want to install Git here. So apt-get install Git. Now Git is installing. Right. So after that, if you want to install one more package, you can install like apt-get install OpenJDK -8 star. I want to install Java. Java is installing. Yeah. So in container, when we install Java, we need to specify the region. Okay, I give 6 Asia region, and also in Asia, so we need to show something here. Asia, Mumbai is there. Kolkata, 44. Java space hyphen version. Java is installed. Git space hyphen version. Git is installed, right? So on top of this container, we install Java Git. Right? Now, if you want to exit from the container, currently I'm in container. So if you want to exit from the container, here command is control plus PQ. Control plus PQ. Note on this. This is control plus PQ. If you want to exit from the container, control plus PQ. Right? So now I exit from the container. 1 second. Control PQ, right? Control plus PQ. Yes. Now I exit from the container. Okay. Now, if you want to check containers, whatever containers are available, okay. Command here is docker ps. Docker ps is the command to check containers. See here. So here we have 2 containers available. Okay, 2 containers available. Why this 2 rises here? Enduku rise ayandi 2 containers? Why these 2 containers created here? Because whenever we exit from the
install 2 packages.
No, not like that. So when you exit from the like container, it will be created 1 container. Okay. So whenever you exit from second time, again it will create 1 more container. Okay. So for example, now I want to switch to container. Okay. So currently we have 2 containers. I want to switch to container again. Docker run -it Ubuntu. Now I am in container. Now if I want to exit from here, you can exit. Check here. Control plus PQ, right? Control plus PQ. So 1 more container will be created. Whenever we enter into the container, whenever we exit from the container, so 1 container will be created. Now if you check Docker PS, how many containers are there? 3 containers, right? So whenever we enter into the container, 1 container will be created, right? So this is actually our container. This is our container. This is our container because 5 minutes ago we created this container, right? So 23 seconds ago, 1 minute ago, these are not our container, duplicate containers. So this created when we exit from the container. I want to remove these containers. Top 2 containers, I want to remove this. So if you want to remove any container, so the command here is, so if you want to remove any container, okay, so docker stop. First we need to stop the container, then we can remove the container. So I want to remove the container, this container, docker stop sudo, we need to give sudo docker stop and container ID. So before removing any container, we need to stop that. Now it is asking password. The container is stopped. Again, I want to remove second one also. This ID. Second one also I want to remove. So these are the duplicate containers, right? Yeah. Now if you check Docker PS, only one container is available because so these 2 containers we stopped. Okay. So this is whenever you give Docker PS, whatever running containers are available, those will be available here. So if you want to check all the containers, either stop containers, start containers, running containers, whatever containers. If you want to check all containers, command here is docker ps space -a. -a means it will show you all the containers. Enter. These are the containers, right? So one container is in running state, others are in stopped state. See here status. Up 7 minutes ago, exited. These 2 containers are exited. This is in running state. Now I want to remove this 2 containers. I want to delete this. To delete this container, command here is docker rm sudo docker rm container ID. Sudo docker rm container ID. So this is the container ID. Paste here. Enter. Now it is removed. So I want to remove this one also. Right. Now if you check here docker ps, only one container will be there. Docker ps -a. Only one container is there, which is a running state, which is in running state now, right? Fine. So our Docker container is available here, right? Docker PS. If you type Docker PS, container is available. Now next, what we need to do? So on top of this Ubuntu image, we run as a container. Now we need to convert into image, right? So this container we need to convert into image. After that, once we convert into image, then we need to push to Docker Hub, right? How to convert into image, we'll try to understand now. So this container, how to convert into image. So command here is docker commit. Docker commit. So we need to commit this, right? So docker commit space container ID. This is the container ID. Paste here. Space. And we need to give some image name. So we are converting into image, right? We need to provide image name. Image name is, so this is my Docker Hub username space slash, and image name is Ubuntu Git Java. So because in this image, in this container, we have Ubuntu Git Java, right? Ubuntu Git Java new. I want to give like this. After that, shift colon, we need to provide some version number, right? We need to provide one version because So in GitHub, in Docker Hub, not GitHub, Docker Hub, we have so many versions, right? So if you want to push this image to Docker Hub, so we need to provide proper version, right? So I want to provide some version here, 11.11.0 something, because I have so many versions in my GitHub account. I have so many versions. I want to give different version. Okay, fine. So Docker commit, Docker Hub, yeah, container ID and image name. Enter. I'm converting into image. Okay. Now I'm converting container into image. Now it is converting. Yes. So here one SHA code is generated. When SHA code is generated means it is converted into image, right? So now if you check Docker images, see here. So this is our base image which we downloaded, right? This is our own image which we converted it from the container. So what is the size? Can you check here? 707 MB. Means inside of this we have Ubuntu operating system, Git is there, and also Java is there, right? So we have installed Git and Java, right? So instead of this image, we have packages. So now this size is 707 MB only. So whereas if you use Windows ISO image or Linux ISO image, minimum size would be 6 GB, right? But here, along with the operating system, Java and Git, we have 707 MB only. MBs. MBs means it's very lightweight, right? Fine. Now, once we convert into image, finally, what we will do, we'll push this image to Docker Hub. Okay. How to push this image to Docker Hub? So we'll try to understand. We need to push this image to Docker Hub. So prior to push Docker Hub, we need to log in Docker Hub from the local, right? So how to log in? Sudo docker login space hyphen username equal to Docker Hub username. Docker Hub username. Enter. Now it is asking Docker Hub password. It is asking Docker Hub password. Enter. It is succeeded, right? Now I'm able to log in from my local to Docker Hub account, right? Now I can push this image to Docker Hub. Command here is sudo docker push space image name. Sudo docker push image name. Image name is this one is the image name. Our image name. Okay. Space yeah, and shift column version number. Version also we need to give here 11.11.0, right? 11.11.0. So sudo docker push image name version. Enter. Now it is pushing to Docker Hub. It will show you final size of your image. Yeah. Now 650 MB only. This is final size. So image is pushed. Here some SHA code is generated, means image is pushed to Docker Hub. Now if you go and check in Docker Hub, go to Docker Hub. Hub.docker.com. See here, a few seconds ago, this is our image. Okay. If anyone want to download this, you can click on this. If anyone want to download this, you can click on this, or else you can copy link address and you can download the image. Okay. Now, if you open this, this is the version 11.11.0. A minute ago, we pushed this image to Docker Hub, right? So like this, we push whatever containers we run. So that container we can convert into image and we can push to Docker Hub. So why we are pushing this image to Docker Hub? In the push as now, any reason? Anyone? Why we require this?
Developers can access.
Yeah. So normally in real time in cloud environment, what we will do? So whenever we received any requirement, like so some project team is required 10 EC2 instances, right? So according to that requirement, we create instances and we can hand over to project team. The same way here also, project team required containers. For example, they require some containers to work on that containers. So we need to perform this activity. We need to create containers and we need to run as a container and we need to convert into image and we can push to Docker Hub. So whoever required this container, they can download, they can reuse this container, whatever applications they want to use, whatever code they want to develop, whatever testing they want to perform, okay, on microservices they perform, and they can upgrade the applications. So many things. So based on the requirement, so we perform this activity in real time. Okay. Now what we will do, we'll take one more image, and on top of that we run container, and we'll push to Docker Hub. So we take one more image. So
can we modify the image once it's pushed to Docker Hub?
Yeah. So basically, whenever any modifications are required, no need to download this. So simply we can run one more container, we can push. Latest upgrade one, if they want to have developer or tester. Simply what we will do, we'll create one more container, we'll push that. Whatever latest one is available, we can use that as per the requirement. For example, whatever container we push to Docker Hub, that is having Git and Java, right? For example, some team members required Ansible also. So we can create one more container, we can run one more container, and we can convert into image and we can push to Docker Hub. Right? I'll show you one more image. So for example, CentOS images are there. Check this. So these are the flavors, CentOS flavors. So these are the images available. So this is official image, 10 million plus downloaded already. So check this. If you want to download this, you can download, or else. So we have different packages also available here. Cosmos system, okay. SQL, MySQL, S7, like this, and also here different packages are available. So whatever package you require, you can select that and you can download into your local. Okay. So now I want to pull this image into my local. CentOS image. Command is this one is the command. Docker pull CentOS. Go to local. So Docker images. Currently, so we have these images available in local, right? Now I want to pull CentOS also. Command here is Docker pull CentOS. CentOS is pulling now. Yeah. So we have pulled CentOS into our local. Docker images. CentOS is available. See here, CentOS is 209 MB only, image size. Okay. So on top of this, we can run containers. Now, so I want to run as a container. This CentOS, I want to run as a container. So for which command here is docker run -it interactive mode image name CentOS. Now I am in container, right? So when I run container, if you check ls here, so these are the bin and lib files. In container, if you check ls, only bin and lib files will be available. See here, in container means it is a lightweight environment, right? It is advanced to virtual machines, EC2 instance, right? Now, so I want to deploy some applications on this. On CentOS, I want to deploy some applications like first we need to update, right? Yum update. Right. So now if you check here, yeah, I want to install something packages here. Yum install Ansible. No match. Okay. Yum install git install जाता हूँ. So now git is installing here also. Yeah, and also I want to install Maven. Yum install Maven. Maven installed. Next, I want to install Ant also. Yum install Ant. Yeah. So I have installed Git, Maven, and packages, right? Right. So once we install this, I want to come out from the container. For which command here is control plus PQ. Now I back to images. Now if you check here, Docker PS. So we have CentOS image also, CentOS containers also available. CentOS container. So we have one Ubuntu container. Also we have CentOS container, right? So now I want to convert this image in. I want to convert this container into image, right? So now command here is docker commit container ID. This is container ID space image name. We need to provide some image name, right? So image name is, so docker username we need to give first slash CentOS and MVN, Maven, also Git. So some meaningful name we need to provide. So instead of the CentOS, we have and Maven Git, right? Next one is shift colon 11.11.1. I want to give version, different version. Enter. So now I am converting into image. Yeah. So one shardcode is generated. So now it is converted into image, right? Now if you check Docker PS, so these are the not PS, Docker images. See here, CentOS image. So 843 MB only, right? Along with CentOS, Git, Maven, and Ant. So the size is 843 MB only, right? So it's a lightweight environment, right? Lightweight image. So now we can push this image to Docker Hub. Docker, sudo docker. So if you want to push this image to Docker Hub, so command here is sudo docker push. So before that, first we need to log in, right? Sudo docker login space hyphen username equal to Docker Hub username. Enter. Now it is asking Docker Hub password. Now I'm able to log in. Now directly you can push to Docker Hub, right? Docker sudo docker push space image name. This is the image name. And shift colon 11.11.1 is the version, right? Enter. Now it is pushing to Docker Hub. Yeah, that is a 649 is final size. Now it is pushed to Docker Hub. So this is the sharp code which generated by our image. Like while pushing, this will be generated by Docker. Right now it is pushed to Docker Hub. Go to Docker Hub. See here. Yeah, this is our CentOS image. So few seconds ago, CentOS and Maven Git available, right? So here, if you open this, version is, so this is a version 11.11.1. Okay, so like this, we can push whatever images you want to, you require as per the requirement. You can download from the Docker Hub, and on top of that, we can run containers. So that containers we can convert into image. We can push that image to Docker Hub. for reusability. So from Docker Hub, developers, testers, build and release engineers, so whoever, like the team members, whoever require this images, they can download and they can reuse that. Okay, so this is the process normally will happen in the real projects. Okay, so this is actually old process. Okay, so this is old process. Currently we are using different process, which is latest one, which is Dockerfile. Okay, I'll show you that. So this is very old process. We don't use this in real time normally. So this is very basic level. So if you understand this, then we can move further. Okay, that is why. So I shown here this old process. So we'll move this a little closer here. So one more tab will be added. So I want to show that. Okay, so I'll show you that quickly. So till now what we did, till now we have downloaded one image from the Docker Hub. We downloaded one image from the Docker Hub and we run as a container. We convert into image and we push to Docker Hub. But next what we will do, so we don't download from the Docker Hub. That image, whatever image we required, we don't download from the Docker Hub. So now what we will do, so we'll create our own image. So even Ubuntu also, CentOS also, we create our own image. Okay, so we don't use available images, we create custom images. How can we create custom images? How can we do that? We'll try to understand. So theoretically explain today. So tomorrow we'll do lab for that. Okay, so one more icon will be added here, which is Dockerfile. Dockerfile is important. So latest trend is Dockerfile. So this is Dockerfile. Yeah. So this is Dockerfile. So inside of this Dockerfile, what we will do? So we prepare some script. Okay, we prepare some script, Docker script. Okay, using that we can create Ubuntu image as well as we run container and we convert into image, then we'll push to Docker Hub. So all these things will be prepared inside of the Docker file only. Here we'll write some script here. Instead of the Docker file, we'll write some script. So using that script, we create image, we run container, we convert into image, then we'll push to Docker Hub. Okay, once we prepare this Docker file, so we no need to convert image, right? So this will be eliminated. So these options will be eliminated. We can directly push to Docker Hub. So once we prepare this Docker file, we can directly push to Docker Hub. This is the latest one. So currently project teams using this Docker file only. Earlier we used to use like this, Docker image, run as a container, convert into image, then we'll push to Docker Hub. Now what we will do, instead of doing all the steps, we prepare script here. So in this script, all the things we mentioned, so image will be ready, and it will convert into, it will run as a container, convert into image, then finally we push to Docker Hub. This is the latest one. This we'll discuss tomorrow. Okay, how to prepare Docker file. So we require some script here. We follow some script. So it's very simple script. Okay, it's very easier. So tomorrow we'll work on this. And any questions, anyone?
So in Docker, how they accessing? So like we are creating containers, right? But how to IPs under we creating automatically? So like,
we creating containers and we converting into image, right? So how to access that you are asking? Means how
yes.
to access by developers, how can they access, you're asking, right?
Yes. Sir.
Yeah, simply they can
Yeah,
download from the
Okay.
They can download from the Docker Hub, because these are like servers. So we should not call it as server. So these are the containers. Okay. So normally what we will do in real time, whenever project is required, we create server side. The same way here we create containers, and we can push to Docker Hub to make it available for all the team members. Whenever they require, they download into their local. They use that containers. They work on that containers.
So we are
Right?
providing URL, sir. That is, server URL.
No. They directly log into Docker Hub. They can download into their local.
Okay.
Okay. So they will have access on Docker Hub.
Okay.
Fine. Tomorrow we'll work on Dockerfile, which is very important. So in interview also, Dockerfile, interviewer will ask you about Dockerfile only. Okay. So what is Dockerfile? What we will do on Dockerfile?
So once we exit from the container, how do we enter into the container again?
Same. Docker run -it container ID. So for example,
Yeah.
Docker, yes. Okay. So these are the containers. For example, if you want to, okay, you are asking different question. I understand that. For example, if you want to enter again, right? You are asking existing
Yes, I
container.
mean, yeah. Before we convert into image, just if you want to enter and add some other package,
Okay.
how do?
So again, if you want to enter into the container, there is a command. Okay. So command is like, for example, 1 second. There will be command here. Okay. So Docker. One command is there. So again, if you want to execute one command is there. Docker execute. Okay. Docker exec. So for example, I want to log clear here. Docker ps. So the 1 second. These are the containers. For example, I want to re-login into this container. Okay. So command here is sudo docker execute exec space -it space container ID. This is a container ID. CentOS container I want to login again. Space /bin/bash we need to use. /bin/bash. Now I'm in same container. See here. This is a container. Right? So if you want to add some more packages, you can add. Like this, we can log in into containers if you want to re-log in. This is a command. So I'll provide you all the commands, don't worry. Okay. So you can practice up to here. From tomorrow onwards, we'll work on this Docker.
I have some additional questions. Initially, when you log into the container and log out, some additional containers are created, right? So what is the purpose of that?
Yeah, additional containers. When you run a container, one container will be created. So there is no purpose. So I just logged in. I logged in a container. When I run a container, immediately one duplicate one is created. So there is no purpose. Okay. So but again and again we should not log in, because when you run, not log in basically, run means we are running one container. So when you run a container, one container will be created, right? So that is why we should not run again and again. Duplicate containers will be created. So if you want to use them, you can use them. There is no purpose.
Okay, so there is no way to stop that duplicate containers whenever we run.
Sorry, duplicate containers. Can you come again?
No, whenever we run, a duplicate container is getting created, right? So there is no way to stop that creating it.
Yeah, you stop run the container. You stop run the container, then it will not be created. It will not create it, right? So when you run means what will happen? We require one container. So when you stop running the container again, new container, it will not create, right? And one more question someone asking, why Ansible? Devakar, so maybe that package was not available. Okay, so if the package is not available instead of that, it will not install. Okay, fine. So you can practice this. These are the important, these are the basics actually. So tomorrow we'll work on Dockerfile. So after that, we'll work on Docker networking. So Docker networking also very interesting concept. Okay, so how to communicate from one containers to other container, how to connect different containers. Okay, we'll work on different scenarios on Docker networking. After that, we have Docker volumes. One concept is there. Okay, and yeah, different things are there. So we'll work on. So you can practice these basic things. Tomorrow we'll work on little advanced Dockerfile. Fine. So we stop here for today. Thank you all.